hello, Liz.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, great, thank you very much.
And now, Liz, you have had the greatest career. You're a member of the successful girl group Atomic Kitten.
Yes, indeed.
So how did you become a member of the group? Did you have to audition, or were you picked or asked? How did it work?
It was, my singing teacher was a friend of the guy who was putting the band together. And he basically did want girls to audition, but it was really weird. I went in, and I was in there for quite a long time. It was set up as an audition, but in the end it wasn't, and they pretty much asked me straight away to join. It was all a bit overwhelming, but very exciting. And that was over 10 years ago now.
Look, so when you were introduced to the other band members, did you get on straight away with them all? Because Kerry, Katona...
I did, instantly, yeah. I really did. Kerry and I moved into a flat together pretty much straight away. So she was like my big sister. And, you know, sort of taught me about life, really, to be honest. So Kerry looked after me for a long time. And it was, you know, we had great fun constantly.
And, you know, the band, did you ever expect to be as big as you did? Because Atomic Kitten were massive. You had 3 #1 hits. What was that like? What was the pressure? How did you handle that? Because I can imagine you'd have paparazzi outside your house. You'd constantly be in the papers. Yeah,
we were. It was all completely like that. But the thing is that, especially when we started, I just turned 17 as well. And you kind of, it's weird because it's not, even though it's your job, it's not something that you would, you know, like in a job in real life, you sort of worry about things and is this going to go right, you know, and even when you get older. But sort of being that age and late teens as well, it was kind of more about, it was just one big, like, ride. It was brilliant. You know what I mean?
And, you know, you've had so many great hits. I just typed Atomic Kitten on the system, and there's hit after hit after hit. But would you say you have a favourite track that Atomic Kitten worked on?
Yeah, God, you know, I mean, to perform for me, I like performing The Tide is High. That was a big one for me. I love that. But as if I was an Atomic Kitten fan, because I always said if I wasn't in Atomic Kitten, I would have been a fan of Atomic Kitten because it's right up my street. So as a fan, I would have said probably Last Goodbye.
Last Goodbye. And you had 3 #1 hits, and just looking at the paper here, you also had many other hits. You had 14 top 40 hits, so you must be so proud. Do you have, like, the platinum and gold discs as well? You've earned...
I do, and you know what's really weird is that actually today, I'm moving house tomorrow, and I'll be taking them all down today and moving them around and polishing them and everything, so that's good. That'll be a bit of nostalgia for me. I mean, I think the big thing for us is that, you know, you can have a #1 and, you know, you can just have one or a couple, but for us, we sold, like, up to about 14 million albums, so it's just, you know, it's crazy.
And, you know, was there somebody who actually inspired you? Someone you looked up to and in the industry?
In the industry? I mean, at the very beginning, girls were at the end of their sort of the group phase when we started, because I remember I had a sprained ankle and we went to Earls Court in London to watch them, and we were invited backstage, and it was just like, are you joking? We're going backstage to a Spice Girls concert. So definitely them, because they just opened the door massively in the 90s for girl bands. And even for, like, a huge pop band craze, really. But inspire, like, as a singer, I was always, because I'm quite sort of I was always the mellow sort of kitten. I guess Eva Cassidy was my big, I was her biggest fan, I think. And
is it true, I'm not sure if it is, but I was reading that you recorded a track with Lulu, is that correct?
We did. Oh, yeah, we did. We worked a few times with Lulu. She was really good fun. I mean, she's really, you know, hard worker, very professional, very inspirational woman. Yeah, we worked with her before. We were in the studio with her.
That's awesome. And in 2006, you did go on to have a solo career and released the song Woman in Love, which made it to #5. So initially, were you worried about going solo? Because I can imagine, without having the fellow girl members, it must be quite stressful, and it's unpredictable on how it's going to go.
Yeah, very much so. It was, I was never the one that wanted to go solo, to be honest. I was kind of the one that wanted to stay in the background. Because I always wanted, that's what I did in Atomic Kitten. I sort of wrote a lot of music and didn't really go, I'm going to be solo when this all finishes. It was never a want, really, of mine. But I just got sort of, you know, got a phone call and said, you are going to go solo and this is going to be the song. And I was like, oh, my God. So it sort of, but it was great to do, because it totally gave me a boost of confidence. But and I love it, and now I feel more comfortable with it. But it definitely wasn't a plan.
And what would you say in your career so far? Has there been like a toughest challenge for you? Would you say?
Toughest challenge? That's a really good question. I think you know what's funny is that when you get that big, like you feel old and that now is that the everyday things become the most challenging things that people take for granted every day. So maybe someone like the other day, not I was filming for my TV show, and my cousin went into hospital, surprise, instantly, and we were just like, oh my God. So I had to try and get back to Liverpool, and just like, you can't just go and visit them. It has to be like it's one big military operation. You have to plan it, and you have to cancel this, and everything's so huge, and oh my God, you're going to upset this person if you do this. And so I think little things like, just trying to be with your family or a holiday even, you can't really book. So your career was always quite fun, and it's a very different job. It's definitely the best job in the world. But I would say the normal everyday things were the biggest challenge.
And I can imagine how tough that must be as well. But you've appeared on so many different TV shows. Just to name a few, you were Celebrity Masterchef, and
yes,
you've been in Celebrity Love Island, and Nevermind the Buzzcock. So, would you say you have a career highlight?
Oh yeah, no God, there's loads. There's a few. There's definitely not one. I think first number one, maybe singing for the Queen. And then getting my own TV show, but and then having, when I've been a writer as well, like the first song you ever write going in the top, in the top 10, and I think just things like that. You just go, oh my God, this is crazy.
So you've performed in front of the Queen?
Yes.
What was that like? Because I can imagine how nerve-wracking that must be.
It was absolutely petrifying. Yeah, it was. It was that it was less enjoyable, more of a oh my God, can it be over? Because it was just so. It was very, very intimidating.
And is there any plans for you now to is there an upcoming album or an upcoming single on the way?
There are plans for an album, yes, very much so. Just got to watch the space, maybe this year. Well, the end of this year it will be, basically. But it's all, it's all very exciting. And, yeah, that's it, yeah.
And you also have you're recently on BBC Three, so could you tell us a little bit about this current project you're working on? Well,
I have a TV show called Hotter Than My Daughter, which is fabulous car crash TV. Something that you go, I can't watch this. Oh, I have to watch it. Basically, it's in the second series because the first series was so successful, and it's about basically mums who do think they are hotter than their daughters. So we do have very, very sexy mums and very, very dowdy daughters, or sometimes the other way around.
See, that's my sort of programme I'd be really into, so I'm going to make sure I tune in to that one. And thank you so much for speaking to us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show today, Liz.
Oh, thank you very much. You're lovely. And
we're going to play Atomic Kitten, The Last Goodbye, because it's your favourite one, and then after Atomic Kitten, Whole Again, because that's my favourite one.
Okay, we'll compromise. Thank you.